All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to season 2, episode 2 of Forbidden Radio. I'm your host, Noah, joined by my other host, Angel, and our newest host, Luke.
What's up? Glad to become a bigger part of the show.
Yeah.
Hey, Luke, we're glad to have you. Thank you for joining us.
All right, guys. So, first things first, we have Seth here with us, and this episode is going to be promoting These Lives End in Death, his new comic that's going to expand the old universe.
Yep. Comes out January 28th. So be ready. The pre-orders are up now on Amazon.com. You can also find out more information on ForbiddenOrigins.com, as well as our socials like Threads and Discords and stuff like that.
All right. So we're doing pre-orders now then, huh?
Yeah, actually, yeah. We were kind of surprised about it because like they're still like doing the little fine tuning, like little bits at the end to upload everything up on Amazon. But yeah, you can pre-order the thing right now.
Okay.
Pre-orders on Amazon?
Yep.
That's really cool. I'm gonna have to check that out.
So how many?
Yeah, I know.
Oh, go ahead, Luke. Sorry.
Yeah, I know when I uploaded my stuff to Amazon, there was all sorts of tweaking I had to do to get everything right. I even made my book live, and there were problems with it because I made it live accidentally.
Okay. Yeah, we're running into a lot of problems with the borders. Like some of the pages are like just slightly too big, and like others aren't. And then like we try to fix one, and then something else pops up. We're like, oh, okay. I guess we're gonna keep fixing this until the very last second, like a video game or something.
Well, it's all learning stuff for the next issue you release.
Yeah.
All right.
Have you started working on the second issue?
I have seen black and white versions of the second issue. So Kareem's pretty much done that. He just has to go through and color everything. I've written up to 4. I've storyboarded up to 3. And we're planning on 6. So we're mostly pretty. Well, on my end, I'm mostly pretty done. Like after that, it's like mostly promotion and other stuff after that.
So what can you tell us about the story?
So this is like a prequel to one of my short stories in Echoes of the Old Universe called oh my gosh. It's called The Last Entry of the Legendary Asher Kells. I forget like sometimes because like you know how like you have your Word document like sitting there for a while and it's like under a completely different name. For a while, it was like mine was just called like Last. So
I get that.
So like that, my mind is going like, oh, it's just Last. It's like no, it was. There it is. But it's like a prequel to that. It takes place 15 years before this war with the Allfather. It's about these 2 thieves. They're coming up in the world. They starting on the planet Mariana, and then they get roped into some pirate shenanigans, and so they're going to do some pirate shit for the next who knows long.
Awesome. Let me interrupt you real quick. I told you so, Luke. It's on
the
planet Mariana.
I know.
I knew I wasn't crazy.
Why. I know why he did that. It's because like we always talk about Miero.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
Yeah, like, and like I never talk about Mariana, so like that makes sense. But like no, I do plan on having like an arc on Miero anyway. So.
Okay.
Yeah, Angel. Listen, I work on a lot of projects for Forbidden Origins, and a lot of them are happening on Miero. I get confused.
You're right. I apologize.
You dare question Luke's knowledge?
You dare question the blog manager?
Our golden goose of the blog.
Our golden goose.
He has approximate knowledge of many things. Yes.
Oh Lord. Okay. I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Is this the first comic you've ever made, or have you written comics before?
I've done one before. Remember how like on TikTok a long time ago, Armani and Eric like posted like, "Hey guys, send me your stuff," and then you can be like one of us before like Originators was even a thing.
Yeah.
So I sent him like a comic that I did. I self-funded that, and eventually that one's going to get folded into what happens after the old universe. But I've done it before, and I think that was like a learning process, especially the self-funding part. And this one's kind of been easier. It's just because I'm not uh completely footing the bill on this. So like, or at all, basically.
Yeah,
It's all Eric's pockets, you know.
gotcha. That's true.
Our CFO.
Spend his money.
I love you, Eric. Thank you.
Eric McGo.
Send the BPU to this address right here.
Oh my god, that's true, huh? Yeah, I appreciate the whole $4 I made last month.
Right.
Okay. So why was this the story you wanted to go with?
So the funny thing is, Armani called me up like shortly, like before Echoes was published, and he was like, "Hey, I really like this pirate character, Vander Hawks. Do you have anything for that?" And I'm like, "Let me come up with something." And so I ended up pitching him the idea for These Lies End in Death, and like uh, focusing on Asher Kells and Sunny Havoc, like smaller members of the subspace underworld. At this point, eventually they become legends, but like at this point they're very small, and so like they're gonna be working under people like Vander Hawks and like other like big name people in the subspace underworld.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah,
Angel?
I agree.
Yeah.
How'd you come up with the planet Mariana? Any inspiration?
So I Armored Core was it 6
6, yeah.
that came out? Yeah, Armored Core 6 came out, and you know, like some of those levels that take place on like an ocean planet,
Yeah.
and like how they're this very like misty look,
Mm-hmm.
and like I was like I was playing that, and I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. And then I felt like I had like some nostalgia for Metal Gear Solid 2, the like the plant missions where it's like these 6 platforms in the middle of the Hudson River, and so I had like this idea of like this watery planet like that, and I felt like that would be very interesting, especially to like show like poverty and stuff like that, like all the water.
Okay.
And like how the poorer you are, the like further down you are, and it has like some Final Fantasy 7 in there as well, with the stacked up, like poor on the bottom, like rich on the top. You're more likely to get fucking drowned if you're like under the fucking water, but
Yeah. Yeah, no, I thought that was a really cool coincidence because even before I joined Forbidden Origins, I had been like kind of workshopping the idea of a water planet, almost like exactly how you're describing. So I might just like make my story based on the planet Mariana, which I'm guessing gets its name from the Mariana Trench.
Yeah, and then the ocean they're in is called the Oda Ocean after the One Piece author. So
Oh, I saw that. Yeah, I was reading through the sheet that we have, and I was like, Oda Ocean. Yeah, that's definitely a One Piece reference.
yeah, for sure.
One Piece.
Cool. So
I've
you're,
only ever watched the live action TV show. I haven't watched the anime yet.
I wouldn't. I would read it at this point because it would just go by so faster. They're also going to do a remake of the anime, like before this anime is finished. So I would probably watch that instead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've always heard good things about One Piece, and then I saw how many episodes there were, and I was like, you know what? I don't know if I have that kind of time.
I keep hearing that. Oh, it's a slog. It's a commitment.
Yeah, it's a way faster read than it is a watch, but
yeah, I've heard because there's like repeating scenes in the anime and stuff.
Oh my god, like at the point I gave up on the anime, like there was 15 minutes of like new animation.
Jesus.
Out of like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So like, and so I was like, I can't do this anymore. So I switched to the manga, and I never looked back.
I can't do this anymore.
Yeah, isn't there like 1,000 episodes or something like that?
Yeah. So the problem with the anime is that they do 1 chapter per episode, but like manga chapters can be 3 episodes, or it can be like 3 issues for 1 episode. So they massively stretch out some things, and like,
oh, I see.
And Oda's been doing this for so long that some of his manga issues are like 10 pages.
Jeez.
So like 10 pages turn into like a 30-minute animated show. Like they stretch out quite a lot.
I can't wait for us to get to that point.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Are you gonna be stretching out your animations like that? Are we gonna be the next One Piece?
Hell yeah.
That'd be sick.
I mean,
That'd be sick.
it's making money, no?
I don't know. I don't know if I can write 1,000 episodes. I would lose interest.
I think One Piece. I think One Piece, it's either on track to or already has surpassed Superman and Batman in terms of sales.
Oh my god!
Like it's pretty up there.
I mean, I do hear people say that it's like the greatest pirate story ever told. I don't know if
It's great.
I'm nervous of starting it because I'm like, what if it doesn't live up to the hype, and then I just don't like it.
Yeah, that can happen too. A lot of people in the community, like, they do this thing where it's like, it doesn't get good until like episode 50, and you're like, you are not gonna get anybody to watch
Exactly.
One
Like,
Piece
what's
if you
the
say
point of
that.
even starting?
I know, and like they're not right. I don't agree with them at all. I think like the good stuff in One Piece is there from like the very first episode, but then like you're watching it, and then like it does so many things where it like pulls from so many references in the past that like everything keeps building and building. And so like when you get to the point where it's like already built up and you're like, oh my god, I know all these characters, I know like all these plot points, then you think like, oh, it's inherently better.
I see.
But like nah, like I do think if you watch the beginning of One Piece, all this good stuff in there is going to be like up until like where we are now. So
So I just looked it up, and One Piece is worth $20.9 billion.
Oh my goodness.
yeah,
And it's only number 6 of the 20 highest grossing anime franchises.
What's the top 3?
Dragon Ball.
Top 3. All right, let's get some guesses. I want to hear your guesses.
Dragon Ball,
For sure
Dragon Ball,
Dragon Ball.
Naruto.
Naruto's a
probably.
good one.
All right, so number
ooh,
3.
I bet it's an older something. I bet it's like 80s, something from the 80s too.
It is something I've never heard of before. Is one of the top 3.
Oh, it's about a hitman, I bet. But I don't know.
All right, so number 3 is Dragon Ball with 27 billion.
Number
Yeah.
3.
Number 2 is Pan Man.
I've never heard of that.
Never heard of it.
It's a popular children's superhero character.
Oh,
Never heard of him before, but worth $60 billion.
good for him.
And then the top is Pokemon, $99
Oh, of
billion.
course.
That's kind of cheating.
That's cheating.
That's everything though. It didn't start as an anime.
Seth's like, that doesn't count.
They can have it.
You lie.
Look,
We're rewriting history
Hey.
now.
Rewrite the article. Get it taken
Yep.
down for misinformation.
Did you guys like the
That's
One Piece
crazy.
live action? If you watched
I
it.
did not
Oh.
watch it.
I've never seen it. Most of the anime that I watch is like really old, like limited series, like Hellsing.
Ultimate.
Let's see.
I don't even know. I am not an anime connoisseur. I just remember how much I liked Hellsing. I think it might have been Ultimate though.
No, Alucard's sick.
Seth, did you watch it? The One Piece live action?
Yeah. I enjoyed it. I didn't think it was. I don't know. I have a lot of weird feelings about it because there's some things that feel very off. But like, for the most part, I think it's the best they could have ever done with
Oh,
it.
so it wasn't super faithful then.
No, I mean, yes and no. I mean, they combined like 100 episodes into 8. So
Jeez.
Wow.
they did what they could with that, and there are some changes where like you don't know who Luffy's grandpa is until like chapter 400
Uh-huh.
in the manga, but like you find out like episode 3 or 4.
Okay.
So like there's some change ups and switches that are like I don't know how that's gonna affect the future, but we'll see.
Did you like the actor that they chose for Luffy?
The what?
The actor.
Yeah. I think all the actors have been pretty good on it.
Okay.
Buggy's been incredible. I think Buggy's probably the highlight.
I do like
But
the
I think-
actor that they picked for Luffy. He was in the show called Imperfects on Netflix. I like that show. It's a really good show.
I didn't know anything about that kid until he was being Luffy.
What's Imperfect about?
He's funny though. Okay, so there's like kids that were born with like genetic disorders or something.
Oh.
But it ends up like down the line giving them superpowers.
Oh. Okay.
And yeah, but they're trying to like find a cure and so they're like hunting down like this doctor that they worked with as kids that like supposedly he can like reverse it or whatever. But along the way they like meet other people who also have superpowers and they have to like fight them and stuff.
Oh, okay. So it's kind of like the X-Men.
Yeah.
Oh.
Does he stretch?
Like budget X-Men.
Does he stretch? What were his powers in that show?
He's basically like a werewolf.
Oh.
Like he turns into like this monster dude. But he's Mexican, so they say he's a chupacabra.
Oh, okay. So now I know what you're talking about because I've seen the trailer for that on Netflix, like all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I'd recommend it.
Oh, so that's what you watch?
Yeah, man. Sometimes I just scroll Netflix, see what looks good, and I just put it. You know.
Skips.
Have you started
Let's watch
Dragon Ball? Have you started Dragon Ball, Angel? Or
no, I have not.
No. God, I hate you, Angel.
Well, what's
Listen,
it on?
Angel.
Crunchyroll? I don't have Crunchyroll right now.
Listen, Angel, just watch the Dragon Ball Z live action movie. It's better than the anime anyway.
There you go.
Yeah, that's what I figured. That's what I was gonna do anyway.
I just wanted to make people mad. That was it.
Oh my god.
No, that question that I posted on Threads, which is I'm guessing what you're referring to. It came because I was looking for where I could watch Saint Seiya because I watched that growing up a little bit, and I was like, well, I remember it being really good, and I want to rewatch it.
That's crazy that you've seen Saint Seiya.
I remember seeing like maybe like one episode like sticks in my mind, but I can't find it anywhere. And apparently it was on this app called Plex, and I went on there, but they only have like the movie and not the actual anime. So I think I'm gonna have to end up getting Crunchyroll, and then I guess I'll watch Dragon Ball while I'm there too.
Yeah.
Might as well.
Yeah.
Might as well. What did you do you want to give some insight on the video that you made to put on the Origination channel?
I kind of want to reshoot it, I'm gonna be honest, because well, I like watching YouTube videos where people just react to movies and shows. Except a lot of times it's like very little input from them, which is what I feel like I did, but also I'm just not used to being on camera. So I kind of felt awkward a little bit. But basically what I want to do is, since I don't watch anything, I wanted to take that opportunity to like make videos where I watch popular shows and movies. And for this one, I wanted to watch Van Helsing, but it's not on Netflix anymore. So I was like,
they just took it off.
Yeah, unfortunately. So I was like, what can I watch that's short, quick, and I could maybe have some input on? And I picked Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood because I've heard it's really good. My friend's recommending it to me since I was in like high school, but I never watched it. And I watched the first episode, and it was actually pretty good. I can see why people like it. It is very anime in some moments where, like, I don't know, some of the jokes is just like, yeah, okay, but I like it. I can see where it's going a little, and I like what I saw.
Angel surprise.
Basically, I just
good.
I was just gonna say, yeah, basically the video is just me watching the show, noting stuff down that I think is important, trying to make predictions of what's gonna happen next, that type of stuff.
Are you taking notes while you do this?
Kinda. I had like Notepad open on my computer, and I was just like jotting down a couple stuff. Some was like half jokes, but I mean, some stuff I'm just keeping in mind. Or saying out loud.
What's the what's the goal for us for Origination? Have we even announced? Wait, hold on. Have we announced that?
No, but we can. Okay, we can. I think this is a good place to announce it. Origination Media is gonna be our branch for internet content creation, basically like YouTube videos, live streams, stuff like that. I would say TikTok, but it seems that's going away.
Or it came back.
Yeah, I saw that
maybe it's back,
but who knows how long it's gonna last. Anyways, Origination Media, we're gonna be doing, honestly, I think whatever, because I pitched that to Armani. He wanted to just put everything on like the main Forbidden Origins channel, but I was like, I think that'll give viewers whiplash if it's like one moment it's video games, other moments like me watching a TV show, next moment it's Armani doing like 3D modeling. So I was like, let's just make a separate YouTube channel where we have a space to upload just content that's made like for a YouTube audience instead of like a book or a reader audience, if that makes sense.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay. So
But yeah, so we can do gaming stuff too.
Yeah, I have some ideas for stuff to play. You know, Sons of the Forest, Generation Zero, stuff like that. Lethal Company.
Zero. I don't think I've heard of that one. Oh,
Gener-
Lethal Company.
Generation Zero is basically Terminator set in Sweden. I think Sweden. I think it's Norway, because you're like one of those Nordic countries. Anyways, the country gets taken over by robots, and you are basically part of the militia trying to fight back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, very survival horror, but once you get enough ammo for your AK, you're good. So
I still want to see a Let's Play of Angel playing Alien Isolation.
Oh, I know.
Oh God, dude.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, I did just get the Xbox Game Pass, and I'm pretty sure that game is on there.
Seth, would you contribute to Origination?
Yeah, I do have a couple of videos I have planned coming. I just gotta sit down and film them. They're mostly like how-tos, or like one of the ones I had an idea for was judging all the number ones out of the Ultimates and the Absolute comic line.
Dude, that's sick. I would totally watch that.
That's a good idea. Yeah, I would too.
Did you like?
So I just got film those. Yeah.
What's your favorite Absolute right now?
Wonder Woman,
Okay.
probably. Yeah, Batman is very similar to Batman. I mean, it's Batman. He's poor now, but like it just feels like Batman. So like it's good. Superman, I gotta get a feel for, because that one's pretty different, but also kind of just, you don't get a lot out of Superman at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of like trying to feel out his character. But the Wonder Woman one, she's like the whole time in issue number 1. Her outfit's pretty sick. Her origin's pretty sick. So
I agree. I like her outfit. And I like her new origin. She's in hell now, right?
yeah. Instead of being raised on Themyscira, she's raised by Circe the witch in hell.
Yeah, I missed out on getting that number 1, but I think like a month ago and a month and a half ago, I went to my comic shop and I got Superman and Batman number 1s for Absolute for me and my dad. Because it's like, it's a new universe, might as well get the number 1s. I missed out on the number 1s for Ultimate Spider-Man though. I really want to get back into. I love the original Ultimates line. That line was insanely good. Well, to a point.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. It was mostly just Spider-Man was good.
Did you ever read the Ultimates?
I didn't like it.
It was very there's a lot of post 9/11 America rah in there, man. That like,
yeah, it's very like edgy, like dark too. Like everybody fucks everybody and also fuck terrorists, and you're like, I don't want to read that.
It's like there's some moments that I like, but then it's just like, oh god, this really is just like freedom fries. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is insanely like, I don't want to say problematic. It's basically, it does feel like if like the US government actually got their hands on like soldiers, like super soldiers, that is just like so on point, how they would become like a government spec ops team, you know? So yeah, that shit was wild. Anyways, these lives end in death. Okay, I have a question.
Yes.
Okay. I was struggling with figuring out how to like write the script for what I'm working on, right?
Yeah.
And then I was trying to like click on the stuff you sent me to use as like a rubric, basically, or like a blueprint. For some reason it wasn't working. So I went to like, you know, I looked up other scripts. Everything was so different. But then like,
yeah, each one's like very different.
Yeah, it's not like Hollywood where it's standardized, you know?
No, not at all. And it's probably because like comic books sell like 50,000 copies like an issue now instead of like millions like it used to. But
yeah, and it's not so much a question, I guess. Oh yeah, it is a question. How did you get your style down for your script?
Well, I read a few, because I like in some of the graphic novels I own, like in the deluxe editions, they'll have like a script
Yeah.
or two. And then I read like their descriptions basically.
Mhm.
and figure out what exactly translated from the description to the scene and to like the panels itself.
Uh-huh.
But when it came to like the actual structure, uh, what was it? I went on. I think you know this website, comicbookwriting.com or something like that. What was it?
Yeah.
Comicbookscripts.com.
Mhm.
And like they had an outline there, and I kind of like modified that a bit to make it make more sense for what I was doing. So that's kind of, and like there are similarities across like each one. Like they each go by page and then panel breakdown.
Yeah.
So like they just might look different on the page, but they all basically have page, panel, dialogue, page, panel, dialogue. So
Okay. Interesting. And what do you enjoy writing for the most? A graphic novel, a comic, or do you like or writing? You know how we wrote for Echoes, writing like a regular short
yeah,
story. Like, what do you prefer to write?
I prefer comics for sure. Uh,
Really?
well, I when I started writing, I wanted to do like sketch comedy.
Uh huh.
So I did I learned how to write in screenplay, like rather than prose.
Uh huh.
And so like a lot of the skills from screenplay like kind of match perfectly over to comic book, because instead of like moving pictures, you're just freezing the pictures essentially. Like when you're doing that. And prose I always struggled with.
Hmm.
Well, I didn't really actually struggle. I always aced those fucking school and shit. But no, I tend to view things in that uh you know, like that comic book or like filmic
Uh huh.
thing, like in my mind anyway. When I think of a scene, I think of like a shot.
Hmm.
So that helps me a lot. And with prose, I find myself getting caught up. Well, I do want to do things in prose. I either like just verbally dump it on there, because I know like if I don't do that, then I will like fixate line by line until like it's perfect, and that can like really slow me down.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So, and that doesn't happen to me as much with comics, because I'm just like, this is what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
Uh, you got it.
Yeah.
No, I get that. I know when I'm writing and like different scenes play out in my head. Like sometimes it's a fucking struggle to like translate into words what exactly I'm seeing in my head, and I'll drag through some scenes, and then others like I did a series of chapters in the book I published where like something happens and then I switch and show what happens through four different characters' perspectives over four different chapters, and it plays out in my head like a movie scene. But it was a struggle to write it and keep everything consistent.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
and a
think
big
that's the
thing.
hardest part for me too.
Hmm.
Is because like when I'm
Yeah,
writing, I'm like daydreaming almost like what I want it to look like if it was like a movie or a TV show. So it's kind of hard to like translate that onto words.
No, I agree, and it's funny because I noticed that I think I might need to like make this change to my script because I sent in part one. I don't know if you guys saw that. Um,
Yeah.
and
I didn't.
I'll send it to you, Seth, so you can look it over. But
Yeah, yeah, please.
I'm
Because
def
Armani said he saw it, and I'm like, I didn't see.
yeah, I sent it to him first. I'm definitely gonna send it to you. Don't worry about it. I'll send it to you after this.
Cool.
But I noticed in your header of each page, it was like, oh, this is how we structure the panels. I didn't do that. I need to do that because I do feel like that's gonna help the artist or the artists. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah, and that's why like Armani had the suggestion for me when we started doing this was like to storyboard it ourselves. So I storyboarded all the art on there, and so like when I'm writing the script, I have to be very specific so that I know how to draw it. You know?
yeah, and like I'm gonna be doing something kind of like that. I'm gonna be taking pictures of certain locations. So like, oh, this is where I want him to be at. This is where I want like I'm gonna like use like Microsoft Paint or whatever to put like stupid little lines of each character. You know? But
Yeah.
no, dude, just I had such serious anxiety working on what I was working on, and I was like, dude, I need to talk to this guy because I'm sure he's got his own formula down. Because I was like staring at the screen. I want to say pretty much most of December, just being like, dude, how the fuck? I need to unlearn what I learned in film school, man, when it came to script writing. Because like, this just isn't. I mean, I got it done,
Yeah.
but like, I don't know. I really envy people who can just I'm not saying that you do this, but people could just like just write this and just get it out there and have their formula down. Because for me, learning things like that, even though I've learned script writing before, it's just hard for me sometimes to like unlearn things that I've learned, you know? So
yeah, for sure.
It's always hard. Once you make a habit, it's hard to break.
Yeah, and then one thing that kind of helps me is just write the panel out. So like just keep writing the images you think you need for the scene, and then go back and go like, okay, which ones can I combine? Which ones are unnecessary? Can I fit all this on one page? Like that's how you should do it. You shouldn't like if you're struggling at first with the whole page layout, you can just do it a piece at a time until you can fit everything together.
Yeah, and I think now that I have my formula down, I'm gonna start just busting out all kinds of crap for like the old universe and like the other stuff that I want to work on. You know?
Hell yeah.
So that's.
And then once you get used to doing that, you start to play with the way panels lay out. Because was it in issue 4? I have a scene where like a character's getting choked out, and like the borders are the antagonist's arms.
Oh,
and like the middle is like the person getting choked, and then left and right is like the two people reacting to it. So like that's like you can get very creative with like how you do your bordering and stuff. Like once you get used to it,
that abstract shit is always really cool to see in comics.
Yeah, the Batman does that a lot for a mainstream comic. It's crazy.
I agree.
So
I've seen that. Luke, you've been pretty quiet. Let's throw out some questions, man. I want to hear. I want to hear what's on your mind.
My length and breadth of knowledge of comic books probably stopped back in the 90s.
Oh, the best time.
Oh, it's great. We were talking about that a little bit before the show started. Like, you know, I have a whole comic book collection back at my dad's house in Pennsylvania from like old comic books, like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles when it was still done by I think it was Eastman and Laird, and you know the old What If comics, like what was it? Like What If it was the What If, it was the Venom one. I think if the symbiote hadn't stayed with Spider-Man and stuff like that. And I just really loved all those stories. And we were talking about one of my favorites was the limited series. It was Predator versus Batman. Like I loved that.
Which one? They did like 3 of those, I think.
Probably the first one.
Probably.
I just remember it was Batman. He was getting hunted by a bunch of hitmen for some reason. And the Predator was in the city, and he was doing a lot of stuff with Huntress. That's about as much as I can remember of all that, except for some particularly gory images that probably changed my brain chemistry as a small child. Dude, I loved my parents, but they let me watch some things that I should not have been watching at the age that I did.
That's kind of true for the boomer parents in general, with how they raised us, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I watched like Predator and Predator 2 before I was even in double digits, I think.
Same.
Yeah.
And The Thing, which is still like my favorite horror movie of all time, but I saw The Thing when I was very young.
I watched Rambo, Terminator. Fuck, what else?
Oh, yeah.
A lot of shit. I saw The Thing when I was like 5 or something. Not The Thing. It. Sorry.
That's right. Seth and I are like the same age, so Seth knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you'll be fine.
It's like,
I've never actually seen. I never saw the original It. I've only seen the remake and only the first one. Oh,
it's not good. So you're not missing much. It is an experience, especially if you're like 5 years old, like watching it like midnight.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I'm not a horror movie guy at all.
That's why you need to watch them.
Exactly.
It's entertaining.
That's terrifying.
See, you watching horror movies is entertaining for everybody else.
That is a good point. See, that's why I would like. That's something I would be down to do for a video, but I would not watch it on my own time for fun.
See, I love like when I'm sitting here writing, like I always have my Chromebook set up and I'm watching like found footage horror movies on Tubi.
Oh, that's funny.
And my wife will be like laying in the bed next to me and she'll just hear like these horrible screams coming from the computer. She'll be like, "Are they okay?" I'm like, "They're doing fine. They're having fun."
They're having fun.
Everything's good. Everything's good.
Everyone's having a good time.
When I was 14, there was this website called AsianHorrorMovies.com. And like every
No.
night I would like just go down like line by line like on the Asian porn.
God.
Hey, there's some crazy shit on there.
Yeah, foreign horror movies are a whole different breed.
Yeah, we watched Old Boy recently.
Oh,
Because
the
somebody
the
showed us
original one or the
Yeah,
remake?
yeah. I haven't seen the remake, but the original.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
like,
was traumatic.
yeah, it's been a while since I've seen it, and I'm like, oh, there's a lot of like experimental, like wacky shit happening in this movie that I don't remember.
That hallway fight was so good though.
Yeah, like everybody remembers the hallway fight, and then like we were watching it, and then like the transition game in that is like fucking crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like a character will like turn around in their bed, and they're suddenly in a field, and then there's some wacky shit in there. And then of course, like no, I don't want to spoil it.
I mean, the movie's been out for a really long time.
Yeah, you can go ahead.
Oh, yeah, the incest,
Yeah,
Yeah,
Oh,
the full
okay.
on sex scene with like the daughter. It's like,
yeah, that was wild.
yeah, yeah.
That's not what I was expecting at all.
I have a funny story when it comes to Old Boy.
Oh,
I
I
thought
was
you
gonna.
going
That was
into
going to.
incest.
I'm glad you went that direction. I have a funny story related to incest.
No.
Nope. No, you do not.
Everyone leaves. No, back in high school, my junior year, when I got back into filmmaking, I was on this this YouTube channel that my friends and I made. We were all in the same class, and we watched that fight scene from Old Boy, the hallway, like hundreds of times. And we were working on just this. We had 2 hours to ourselves. I think it was like the finals for the first semester, so like right before Christmas break. And we just were dicking around, like choreographing this fight scene. There was like 6 or 7 of us, and we got so into it that we decided over winter break to like actually film it. So we went into this weird alleyway behind our friend's house, and we went back there, and no, it was like an alleyway with a sewer system. Anyways, we filmed there from 5 in the morning till about 6 p.m. at night, and we were there. We had like food, we had everything. We were filming, and I want to say it took us like, yeah, we filmed it all within a day. And then my friend, he edited it, our director, and he just on a whim submitted it to this New York Film Contest, right, for like young filmmakers, and we got nominated for an award for best action.
that's it.
And
Nice.
I think we lost barely against this other group of dudes, but we were trying to raise money to go to New York to like at least go like attend it, and we never could. But we based it heavily off the Old Boy fight scene. I mean, it wasn't all one take, but nah, dude, we were super proud. I dressed up as a cholo, and yeah, it was our director. This was basically it was called, I think, Power Watch. And this one Asian dude versus like 6 or 7 cholos, and it was fun. There was some comedy in there, with the way we were fighting. But yeah, Old Boy inspired us to create a little 5-minute short that got us nominated in New York. So that was fun.
Please tell me there's still footage of that.
I think there is. I need to find it because the director Kevin, he went to New York for film school, and the channel that we used to be called Sunday Night Cram. And the channel, Sunday Night Cram, he basically deleted it, I think, everything, and remade it into his personal channel for filmmaking. But there should be, I think there was another channel that he uploaded some stuff. I need to like back up. I need to find it. But if I do, I will definitely like send it to all you guys to watch. It was a fun time. I think we went to Korean barbecue after. Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, no, that's my little story.
That's fun.
Yeah, that is fun. We used to film all sorts of dumb shit when I was younger. Like I think it was around the time like a Scary Movie came out, and we decided to do our own like dumb, like campy horror movie. It was like me and my friend Patrick and my friend Terry, and we filmed for like a week, and it was the dumbest shit you could possibly imagine, but it was so much fun to do.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, dude, I love that's definitely an avenue that once we get bigger, I want to get into that, like making films about the old universe and other stuff. So
Yeah, no, same. I don't have any like film background like you or anything, but I've always thought it would be really cool to like make movies.
yeah, movies are fun, but it's so stressful making them.
Oh, I'm sure.
It is. It is long days. For sure.
Yeah, no, I've heard stories of like being on set and like just having to do shoots and reshoots, or like not even being able to shoot because like weather's all wrong or something. I don't know.
Or just not having
I'm very
money,
stressful.
having to like figure out
Yeah.
how you're gonna guerrilla film this. You know, finding locations, trying to figure out what resources you have. Oh, we have 3 cameras, but only like 2 SD cards. You know, stuff
Damn.
like that.
Yeah. Amateur shoots where you don't know many people either can be hell.
Yeah,
'Cause
that's
it's
also
like-
true.
You're like, what
Yeah.
the fuck are you doing? You're not doing this right. I can't eat right now because you're fucking taking 15 hours long to do this shit. But it can be fun too. It's up and down.
Yeah, people get angry, people get annoyed, then people die, and it's a whole thing. You know?
What?
Yeah.
I mean, that's how it is with
Sorry,
a
what?
lot of group projects.
Yeah, actually true.
Angel's like, we're just gonna skip over that. All right.
Yeah, no one else reacted. Okay. Next
All right.
topic, I guess.
Anything else you want to share with us about These Lies End in Death, Seth?
Not. No. So like this is going to be 1 out of 6 planned so far. I do have like more arcs planned in the future in case we do more. For sure, but this is going to be like 1 of 6. Issue 2, I probably wrote my favorite character like ever for the old universe. So I'm excited to get to meet him later down the line. But yeah, so guy, it's coming out January 28th. So pick it up, please. I need money for the wedding. So
you heard that, guys. You got to pick up some a copy. We need to fund this wedding.
Yep.
And
Also,
10,000
you said you're
copies the
doing
first day.
You said you're doing a Q&A video too for the comic?
yeah, so I'm gonna film it either tomorrow or Tuesday, and just take some questions from the community and from you guys. It's gonna be short and sweet. Hopefully, other people like you guys do your own too at some point.
No, I'm
So
not
everybody
good.
Yeah,
just-
no. Okay.
You don't have to Tuesday.
I'm just
I mean, like just in the future for your own books.
No, yeah, I'm definitely wanting to get more into video making and stuff.
Yeah, I think Luke has to make one once every 2 weeks in order to keep up with his releases. But yeah,
Oh, no.
Make one for every blog post that you make.
Oh, no.
Looks like I'm already losing my mind over here.
I already have like a dozen projects I'm working on at a time. I don't need any more help.
Yeah,
I
I don't know how
might-
you function.
Luke,
like that.
I might have a 1 or 2 for you before or like around These Lies End in Death.
Perfect.
So,
Everybody's
shoot you
coming at me with blog ideas.
Looks like it's about fucking time.
yeah. Yeah, we were told about this like what 6 months ago.
You bastards.
I'm
I've been
I'm
carrying
planning
it.
a wedding. I don't have time. So.
The blog is almost a year old. It's fine.
Jesus Christ.
Luke stares at his computer every day
Classic,
like,
my bad.
God.
Yeah, Luke, it's okay. We know you hate us.
No, I don't hate you. Just I kept it going. I had a lot of ideas, and I was a little overzealous at first. My blog post started off like, all right, this is just going to be a 2,000 to 3,000 word blog post, and that went on for a while. And I'm like, okay, we're going with 500 words. So
Have
let's
you ever
go.
listened to
We're
him?
starting to
Thousands
break these
very
stories
nice.
up into parts.
Did I ever tell you, Luke, my initial reaction to hearing that we were doing a blog?
No, what was it?
I was like, oh God, this is like 2002. What are we doing here? Then the more I thought about it, I'm like, nah, this could be like a wiki in a way, having these short stories. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
no, like for like maybe a day, I was like, ugh. Then after that, the more I thought about it, I'm like, you know what? Nah, this is cool. I mean, I don't know who this guy thinks
I
he
had
is,
the same reaction.
but
Yeah. All right.
give
Yeah,
me
no,
homework.
I had like the same reaction because it was like the meeting in which we met Luke, and we were told that he was joining, and then it's like, oh yeah, by the way, he's starting this blog post, and you guys have to contribute, and it's like, oh, okay, just met this man, and he's already running the company. But then,
Yeah, I know.
you know.
Sometimes you just give Armani an idea, and then all of a sudden you're in charge of something.
I know, right? It's yeah. I know, huh, Armani? Just putting people in charge of shit. So.
I know, right?
As soon
Jeez.
as this kid can talk.
all of a sudden he joins the room. You were saying you dinged?
He's like, he's one of the hosts now.
listening in.
There's a podcast.
Oh god. No, I love you, Armani. I'm
He
just
just-
playing.
He comes on Noah's mic. You just hear a gunshot in the background. All right, guys, I'm gonna be taking over as the host.
Jesus Christ.
Yes, sir.
Why do
Yes,
you
sir.
sound 20 years old? He's like, don't worry about it.
All right, I think that's a good place to stop it. Seth, thank you so much for joining us and you know promoting these Lies and Death. It's not like you weren't contractually obligated or anything, but thank you. I'm actually very excited to see what you came up with. I'm very excited to see how well we sell. You're a fantastic writer. Everyone else here is also a fantastic writer, but Seth, your shit is fucking awesome too. So
Thank you.
yeah. I've said my piece. You guys go ahead. I'm very overstimulated.
I got you. I'll take us out.
Okay.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Season 2, episode 2 of Forbidden Radio. We hope to see you in the next episode. Thank you so much to Seth for joining us. Go ahead and make sure you pre-order or pick up These Lies End in Death on Amazon, releasing January 28th. Yeah, thank you for listening, watching. Like and subscribe, share it, leave a comment, anything. Yeah, we'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.
Peace out, guys.
Kisses.